15 seconds. Guidance is internal. 12, 11, 10, 9. Ignition sequence start. 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, 0. All engine running. We have a liftoff. Liftoff on Apollo 11.
In that position where I'm wishing the conditions weren't so miserable, the movers and shakers with the visceral maneuvers, a designated minimal effect upon the educated criminal mind. And I never need religions when I can always feed the pigeons rather than going to catechism. Born Catholic with the crack addict's jism, I'm telepathic. You paid to see the blue suede shoe stamp on my soul and swallow a used tampon. Vandalize churches, my alarm signals me to scandalize disciples and then to purchase firearms. And as we layer the ammo and sing battle hymns along with the player piano, we dress up in cattle skins, stockpile supplies. One eye on the clock dial and I'm one on the executioner for the mock trial. Cut with precision, we make the final decision. Maybe we should pull the plug on a television, baby. But it's debatable, cause since the ego and the honest truth is still inflatable, he's scared to die. All we need to do is cut the air supply, tamper with the remedies. The veins feed the poison from the heart to the extremities. Beyond potential, we command and force the non-essential ones to ponder the causes and also honor the losses and profits. Plus, I beg your pardon, historians, spill your blood upon the dust to make a garden for scorpions.
You can't define what's direct from the east. You can't define what's direct from the east. You can't define what's direct from the east.
Check the index directory under metaphysical. 200 rappers aghast and need Pepto-Bismol. From third eye, heart to rebirth frost. We see worms crawling in corpses of the living, the unforgiving, the unrelentless. We prevent this from happening, make it cease. So we pull them on the crease and make the effervescent deceased. Increase the pressure, we don't want them no more. Put them on the westbound train for Mount Rushmore and lock the door behind them. Throw away the key down to the depths of the darkest sea. Remarks will be forgotten so long as we let them forget, lest we not forget the opposition and threat. You can't define it. We break, make it, combine it, refine it, then bring it back to underground. You can't find it. We taking this shit back to 1986 AD. After democracy, fled to hypocrisy. The psychological advantage combined with microbiological management techniques. You can't prevent catastrophe, not through empathy, no sympathy on the weak, mental telepathy. No need for formal speech no more. We moving on to door number 4, and then we disappear through the floor and reappear in the aftermath. You can't explain it, but it's coming, and I can hear hell's drummer drumming.
You can't define what's direct from the east.
Apollo astronauts came to Canada to train.
We on some next type of shit. Don't f this, we on some next type of shit. Christian murder, you're clicking on one rhyme for y'all this. When come well, I get this. When we rock like this, whole crews get blessed. His rule is this, merciless Mr. Chris, with the marvelous and the ill lyricist. Different shades rocking for the original nation. Curse and whack fools like my forefathers was Haitians. I'm losing patience, you getting me heated. You think you live, mother, because you weeded. Walk around the spot like you #1 seeded. You getting defeated when we rumble. In the jungle, then you tumble. Keep a tight grip now, kid, and never fumble. My styles will humble you and your crew times two. Go around, get groovy, knock your out your shoes. bop to this, the opposite of imperfection. We keep it real and try to further this profession. The famous player Mr. Crispy representing. Separate the weak from those who try to blend in with the spine bender. You surrender when I enter the center. Why I can't stand the pressure. So you retreat cause your skills be obsolete. Techniques be mad weak, so now you hide behind your beats. It's been too long, word is born, let's get it on.
Now let's commence the live wire. Lyrics inspired by actual events. When I dispense is a garbage and acts of defense. Senseless, consistent, weak rhyme recipients. Suspicious of the explicit. Sky's the limit when I let it all out. Fallouts and affiliations when you're facing shades of black sun. Precaution, take abrasive action. Dilemmas got you delaying the waiting. Rhymes preset for detonation under suicide watching. So poor goose my haunts hard rocks. With no emotion, exposed expressions frozen. You front plus flaunt, so my stimulus response nonchalant. Provoked when approached with proposals. Local, young hopers plead bargain for props, but it's not negotiable. Steady stalking the false, that's where the God they stay true to the art. Murdering metaphors in epic proportions. My visuals you envision as virtual. Vocals cause bleeding internal. Casualties, quadruple amputees, precision precise slices. Mic sacrifice for more walks. So life is the flies, self-explanatory, can't describe it. At random selection I wreck, son. So what you got dealt left collecting off your pension plan was pure fiber, organic medicine. Scotch rocks from now to Armageddon. Gargantuan efforts against any you're sending.
So put it all on the line.
Do you got what it takes?
Cause face to face,
fakes meet the fake, yo.
yeah, so put it all on the line.
Do you got what it takes?
Cause face to face,
fakes meet the fake, tell 'em.
so put it all on the line.
Do you got what it takes?
Cause face to face,
fakes meet the fake,
yeah, so put it all on the line.
Do you got what it takes?
Take these words home and think it through. 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 Think it through.
MC's talk is not relevant, not applying to the matter at hand. Locally coincide with the people on this Canadian land. I got something for your bandwagon, American bandstand bands. Extra represent at the jam. We give pounds, receive pounds from your brethren. Hey yo, you come across like you higher than my people. Some connive can evil, I can't be evil, but all of us sin created equally from the Almighty. Hey yo, hey yo. For the Almighty, I know every man dislikes me in certain ways. I couldn't recall days of stopless, jobless, started to rob less. Never pulling no purses, cause niggas on the inside can make you worthless and nervous. You got to feel, know your direction for now. In the future, you might wonder how things seem mixed up, irrelevance, left back, fucked up, or thugged out. Try to stay on topic and not jump to conclusions. Figure out what you're talking about seriously. Stubbs, alias, talk secrecy in the place to be.
What's the difference? It's irrelevance. Where's the common sense? It's all nonsense. It's all nonsense. Where's the common sense? It's irrelevant, so what's up with the difference? What's the difference? It's irrelevant. Where's the common sense? It's all nonsense. It's all nonsense. Where's the common sense? It's irrelevant, so what's up with the difference?
Where's the common sense? Hidden under false pretense. MCs burn out like incense, turn out like unknown accents. We know back since. In a state gleaming, abduct the fake being, replace hate with true meaning. Cause they not seeing human eye being eye breathing. Leaving behind those misleading youth that need a truth. Too many technical, chemical dependence, a lot of nonsense irrelevant. The pro logic, common sense flows lock with realistic content. Immense thoughts quick to penetrate your project. Talk free, spot me at a club, analyzing verbal, herbal, exercising, extra advertising. I'm type wise, recognize lies underground before they rise. As opposed to witness Babylon enterprise, hypnotized, baptized, circumcised. Just now realize who you really are inside.
What's the difference? It's irrelevance. Where's the common sense? It's all nonsense. It's all nonsense. Where's the common sense? It's irrelevant, so what's up with the difference? What's the difference? It's irrelevant. Where's the common sense? It's all nonsense. It's all nonsense. Where's the common sense? It's irrelevant, so what's up with the difference?
Born a god, I was sworn to be the odd individual man. Now, man, I doubt Cloud's route was meant to satisfy. As we glorify, mortify, horrify human nature. Equal creations, creating division. Upper class, lower class, the fraudulent decision. It's all nonsense beyond tense matter. Friends scatter, the ability to make amends things shatter at an opportunity cost to find the lost. Cold-hearted, snake-bitten, fake-ridden, ridiculed fools listen. Missing the point of my expression is a meaningless attempt at first impression. It's not a lesson, it's a test to be the best, while the rest ingest less than give in to stress. Compress your regression unless your profession can rest the deception of truth inside the atmosphere.
What's the difference? It's irrelevant. Where's the common sense? It's all nonsense. It's all nonsense. Where's the common sense? It's irrelevant, so what's up with the difference? What's the difference? It's irrelevant. Where's the common sense? It's all nonsense. It's all nonsense. Where's the common sense? It's irrelevant, so what's up with the difference?
Across all intergalactic hip-hop airway dimensions, into all universal quadrants of audio sections. It's the NAPS, Fourth World Occupants and Elevated Elements, lace and depth. We tear MCs apart like wild panther claws. Frank Mantis is you know what I'm saying? We tear MCs apart like wild panther claws. We'll bring your mantis jaws after the mic massacres. We eat MCs to death. Contacting all forms of entities. My enemies pretend to be friends that's meant to be down with me for centuries. Blast of brain energy, our only weaponry. So step into the labyrinth. Symmetry, penitentiaries, intensify degrees beyond Celsius. You know I'm melting kids like nuclear ice. Hey yo with the mic I broke your pelvis. Fit your cerebral hemisphere into two separate elements. I'm hearing nothing universally near. That's why we doing these verses so clear. And consuming your earthly birth, missing fear. Your pose is no concern. Here we burn sear through your inner ear with your inferior underground rap superior thunder sounds. Out these lyrical satirical wizard like light mirror atmospherical styles. The spiritual when the lightning strikes my mic's controlling the beams of light. The second guess is always right, but in this short life that I've lived, my existence continues to give my light velocity. Full throttle emissions, tectonic honest matter predictions. Anatomy inflicting like neurosurgeons. I'm splitting psychosis open with lasers like vision, laser type ammunition, more mystic than a unicorn or dimension. MCs are whack, the Fourth World Occupants. We tearing MCs apart like wild panther claws. We're bringing mantis jaws after the mic massacres. We're eating MCs cadavers. We're all contacting all forms of entities. My enemies pretend to be friends that's meant to be down with me for centuries. They meant to be down with me for centuries. And that's how we do. Blast off, production. 20604. 20604. 20604.
One of the most important tools on the International Space Station is the Canadarm.
Essentially, I'd live a century if it was meant to be, but that would be a penalty if I was doing life in a penitentiary. Now what I do in life furthers my propensity. Back in school, chemistry made no sense to me, but now I understand subatomic density. During the night, every star's bright intensity gets me thinking about the galaxy's immensity. What you telling me? You really think that there's one right answer to the question of a spelling bee? The memory of my youth is compelling me. My parents yelled loud, they weren't yelling at me. And maybe that is what bothered me, knowing my dad was mad but still fatherly. I came home with A's and he would honor me, saying, son, I'm so proud that you're scholarly. Now he would joke all the time, busting comedy, spending quality time with my mom and me, plus my brother Robbie, the math prodigy. Up in college, learn about ecology. I took a different route and studied history while making joints for an underground industry, doing mad open mics for publicity in this New York City vicinity. Essentially, I'd live a century if it was meant to be, but that would be a penalty if I was doing life in a penitentiary. And what I do in life furthers my propensity. Back in school, chemistry made no sense to me, but now I understand subatomic density. During the night, every star's bright intensity gets me thinking about the galaxy's immensity.
If you try condensing me into a single entity, then disassemble me into my tendencies and fantasies, you would see my family tree planted from my grandpa's seed and me standing happily underneath the leaves, free falling, but not too far from the roots, cause the fruit produced is just a seed removed. The wild youth, guided by mild child abuse. The trial file was truth and viable proof, a sizable wound ordered by the court. The strongest force on my course was my crib divorce. I never hid remorse, just thank moms for raising 2 kids, 2 cats, and my expectations. Thanks for explanations, pizza and Nintendo. All the money spent on the non-essentials. Thanks for teaching me about how stress felt. Thanks for weekend use of the Hyundai XL. I excelled in school to bless you with pride. Now I shine in your eye as Rabbi Darkside from Parkside Avenue in the land where I grew. You always managed to handle shit handed to you. Always listened and tell. Infused your intuition, always kept me in check, and no checks for my tuition. 22 years later, I still ask for favors. The past is fading fast, but I grasp to savor. So rather than stagger sentimentally, I transcend to my descendants with telepathy.
Essentially, I'd live a century if it was meant to be, but that would be a penalty if I was doing life in a penitentiary. What I do in life furthers my propensity. Back in school, chemistry made no sense to me, but now I understand subatomic density. During the night, every star's bright intensity gets me thinking about the galaxy's immensity. Essentially.
Taping cigarettes to your head and smoking hats like washing machines that say murder is music to drown to. Alice doesn't live here anymore. Watching 1974 turkeys out of style with pant legs rolled up, cut fresh powders on my kick bag on the throat. Salad and bookers, bowling balls roll across the church floor. UMCs think you got game, then give it a go, pivot and throw. And when you're out on your lame tour, I'ma visit your hoe. You can't rhyme like Jay-Z's uncle, you're an imposter. You can't rap while holding like a bottle. Magicians laugh at you. A fraud man's looking for your body. You're on deck when you're not actually controlling the modules. Aloe vera gel on the panels, moisturizing stiff buttons. GPS can't locate David Star. 2 squares, one place over the other. It's a secret language. 2092, the discovery of ancient rock computers shocks the future's people. It's not Luther installing air conditioners in hell. It's esoteric symbolism you don't know about. You're dreaming about sleeping near the vortex in the Middle East. Your snoring sounds confused. You're in a large city built with the stainless steel of Rubik's cubes. The medium of exchange is not money, it's tarot cards. The city's politicians address road safety before firing 42 mainly returning crossing guards. Hey, she lives here, buddy. Yeah, man, give her a chance. Shut up, kid. Shut up, kid. Shut up, kid. Mystery school. Mystery school. I've been there. I've been there. Mystery school. Mystery school. I've been there. I've been there. Industrial hell, synthetic landscapes, global lobotomy, dogmatic global force, a titanic tragedy was planned, cyclic race car tracks, dogs fetch dicks for hours at a time, hypnotized by speed, humans with exoskeletons, kill your mind, rape your mind. Please, take a number and be seated. One will be with you when you're not here, come back some other year. In your island universe, isolated by fear. Your mother reads romance novels, you wish that you could replace humans, you always wanted one like that, and you've been trying to step up the cat. flesh. Is in the elevator to the moon and reptiles, subliminals and adbusters. I used to hitchhike with David Icke before they built the sky trains, and I put the train wheels back on my wheelchair because I couldn't do it by myself. My health is parallel on acid. Your father's a Trekkie, your mother's half like an affair. Alligators don't have hair, but I still pick my nails like destroying the earth, going on a style. I'm a victim, a sad and mad man. I'm working in grandma's face just for fun, and I can tell the time within a half hour just like glances in the garden. He's a Rosicrucian at the invisible college, contemplating various factors. No self-happy rappers lined up in front of their broke garbage compactors with their rhyme books. You live on 665 Victims Lane, we take drugs for back pain. Don't say the Lord's name is Satin, just pass the drill, but adjust your visor and watch out for that dwarf. Come on in, hang your disguise in the front porch. People think that they can read in between the lines and find the realities of quantization hides. Words never match the realities which they attempt to describe. Language is a tool, who are you to tell me how to use it? Whoever said that it had to make sense. I enjoy being sky-clad, looking forward to the wise crafts. It was like this, do what I gotta do, come on with the rhymes, motherfuckers have a barbecue. In a concave mirror I saw the star in the form of a snail, between the navel of Pegasus, the griddle of Andromeda, and the head of Cassiopeia. In a concave mirror I saw a star in the form of a snail, between the navel of Pegasus and the griddle of Andromeda, at the head of Cassiopeia. Keep them in the dark and feed them bullshit. Keep them in the dark and feed them bullshit. Keep them in the dark and feed them bullshit. Mystery schools. Mystery schools.
Hey, what's up, man? What? Nah, man. Can't help you, man. Wish I could, man. I know what it feels like. But here, I'll give you a little bit. Actually, it's more than a little bit. It's a lot. Listen up. Hey, life's simple, but at the same time complex. So let my actions speak for words in which I direct. These days I can reflect and love the way I was correct. The wise trail I chose to understand my next step. Yet I meet too many who want to point at my mistakes. It takes experience for you to see me walking great. Significance of the past always kicks my ass. Through predicaments it feels like I'm living too fast. 12 years in the mirror knowingly I'm nowhere near where I wanna be. So get a career is what they're telling me. I live extreme in a world that we all know. All this talk about life can make a man lose control. Behold the principles if you truly believe. Some people only hang around so that they can deceive. I use music to release emotions and anger. I'd rather take it out on a brother than a stranger. At times I feel down and worry about my family. I gotta stay together, bottom line, can you handle me? I swallow my joy to digest the pride. I never wanna throw a fist to reveal what's inside. It's a part of the past, hereditary in my blood. Though my heart is at last sanitary from the flood. No one else to blame, so I gotta learn to point the finger at myself and the pain. The cracked window that will hinder around my life for good. I spare change for the better, help the people in need and keep me warm like a sweater. What I do unto others it tend to benefit me. And even if I do you wrong, then forgiving is the key. We spare change for the people in need and break chains off physically to set them free. We spare change for the people in need and bear pain sentimentally to help them see. We spare change for the people in need and break chains off physically to set them free. We spare change for the people in need and bear pain sentimentally to help them see.
I am conscious of the fact of my existence. I walk upright and travel over great distance. I use both oral and written communication. I pass information to my vast population. I need few necessities in order to survive. Food, water, air, shelter, and sleep makes five. I'm capable of making both war and peace. I always seem drawn to things just beyond my reach. I am a member of the only species on earth that destroys the environment, the place of my birth. I have free will and treasure my liberty, though I keep other beings in captivity. I have explored this world from pole to pole, measured the speed of light and the depths of the soul. I'm totally unique, no one looks like me, though I'm willing to judge by differences I see. I've built empires using sticks and stones, and I buy and sell things that no one can own. While I suffer from the grips of poverty's hold, I sit alone within the walls of a castle of gold. I'm controlled by those with the loudest voice, though I claim that I'm free and every step's a choice. I have eyes to see all the things around me, but I experience my life through a color TV. I'm hanging by a thread at the end of my rope, but I'll never give up my last glimmer of hope. Cause I am humankind with a heart and a mind and the power to change what's wrong. Now's the time.
We spare change for the people in need and break chains off physically to set them free. We spare change for the people in need and bear pain sentimentally to help them see. We spare change for the people in need and break chains off physically to set them free. We spare change for the people in need and bear pain sentimentally to help them see.
time, many moons since the past days where our activities began to become castaways. My mass stays steady, ready for any and all approaches. Perverted MCs, discursive verses are encroaches necessarily. We stray warily, shadows in the dark, hawk from your Harris as she strips for a lark. I started in the poetry, seriously in grade 9. Switched the label to rhymes. Now bitch teachers thought I was wasting my time, rhyming and kunga to a nod, exchanging lines when I couldn't exercise my mind for the freely. Scared someone might see me and start to see myself alienated from my own wealth. Stains on my health started to appear in the clear, not in the easy. Start to feel queasy. Methods to appease the dues deity, chameleon like in my presence. Reptilian lights freeze my essence to a second. Say what you should, I'm here to help the art. I did my part, but where did I start from the get-go? All my actions on one day seem to be an echo on the other. Tried to let go, but it doesn't happen quickly. It doesn't happen quickly.
Rama stays surrounded by thieves. The dream of keys and twos and threes. Rocking back, it leaves the bloodstained knees. We see these sleeves. If the mess makes me sneeze, foes grow from Swiss cheese. My eyes are doomed to bleed from green leaves on God's trees. You got ones, I got knees. The people streets type breed. Kids get left in the cold like forearms with short sleeves. Devastating like the wrath of Satan. Microphone of bosses underground like fossils. Cats doing drugs up and off. Infect the masses. Poison gases. Raping Gordon flashes. Adidas fashions. Cover broken hearts with crimson sashes. In my device and pay the price. I float like melted ice. Some seasons shy shoot their feet up Red Sox like Jim Rice. The pie graph shows a smash a paragraph into ions. Neglect the aftermath and let our afterthoughts see bygones. This is war like Saigon. Wink my snake eyes like roll dice. Strategically precise when I drink the tears of Jesus Christ. And San Sebastian, mad ninja assassin, couldn't murder me and stop my slang surgery. Was retired like birds, 33. Even deaf people heard me spilling the next stallion's burgundy. Rap perjury is up the door like kleptopath burglary. Styles minimal like wages, trapped in cages. Actors on stage in other phases. Memorize my shit like Bible pages. Lost the maces with no X. Coming up like cane razors. My infernal blazes when I inhale. Poison purple hazes. My double-edged sword grazes. Maxing out your feet and rhyming breaches shit. Who you think painted the Mona Lisa? Fuck me!
Overcome by Mr. Hyde. So come along for the ride. Back to my room for a little boom, boom. The bounce is still limitless, but with a different twist. I asked my boy Chambowski if he said that we can do this. Cause he's down for boning and all the joy of things. The stuff your mother calls smut and all those other nasty things. So keep your third eye open cause it looks kinda shut. And when Jimmy starts to howl at the moon, you know what's up. Baby, we can do this, take your time and do it right. If lusting you was wrong, then I don't wanna be right. Don't knock it till you tried it. Once you tried it, let me knock it. The brother with the dreads and the skin like milk chocolate. Yes, I'm rich and thick and chocolate that you can't drink it slow. So let me dig the tempo. I know you dig the vibe and no for time for silly games. And if you're frontin' on the Jimmy, you know he's gonna complain. So here we go, we'll take it nice and slow. I proceed to make my move and now you're telling me no. Oh, you dissed me, but you didn't convince me. So I think I'll try again and this time I'll hit the skins. Now moving right along, Jimmy's got his hat on. What could possibly go wrong? I think it's gonna be a long one. Much fun will be had, and in the end we'll be glad the free lust had a chance to confront us. Push came to shove and free love didn't quite make it. Free lust is the choice remains. Okay, I'll take it. Try my best to give my heart and soul, and not to fake it. Now this will be a simple attack. Once we get naked, there'll be very few conditions and very few restrictions, but many good intentions and many positions. You might even see conventions, but nothing in particular. The point is to have fun with this extracurricular activity. You know what I'm saying, G? J-I-O-Z, down with the free L-U-S-T. Would you care to join me? Yeah, I thought you might. Take my hand and ride the river. Come on, girl, let's take flight. My hormones start to run wild, you know why? Because I'm canine, yo. That's how I'm living, don't you dare try to tame mine, no. Don't wanna chat, I got no time for discussing. You should know by now the J's all about lustin'. Me and Jimmy didn't come here for no fighting or fussing. Just put your trust in me, and we'll start touching and moaning and groaning until the early morning. Take a 50-minute break, then we'll proceed with the boning. Judge a book by its cover, and you'll be sadly mistaken. Don't play my baby face or you'll be rudely awakened. Cause I play the undercover, unlike all the others. But when it comes to lust, then I'm a freak of a brother. I start to look into her eyes. Craig Knight, she got them vibes. I proceed to touch her thighs. It's no surprise that Jim is rising up for the occasion. It don't take much persuasion to get him to respond, cause he got it going on. That's why he's my partner, so he can help me in situations where I'm confronted with L-U-S-T. Baby, you're so sweet, that's why I lust you. But honey dip, I like to eat. Just call me Winnie the Pooh and let's get busy.
Those lips, baby, but I wish I could just, you know, I like that shirt, honey, but just tighter. I love them shorts, baby, but I just wish they were just shorter. I like your feet, baby, but I wish they were just bigger. Come on.
So what's up, baby? Well, you gonna make me back? I ain't too proud to beg. Check it out. Please, baby, baby, please. You know what I'm saying? Please, baby, please. Yeah, step back to my place. I got a water back there. It's got a broken heat and second hand, you know, but we can make our own heat, baby. I got a bottle of Hammerstein, all chilled out. We can get busy. You gonna do it, baby? Okay, you think I won't play? Alright, please, baby, please, baby, 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 please. Please, baby, please, baby, 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 please. Please, baby, please, baby, 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 please. I hit you proud, baby. Please, baby, please, baby, 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 please. Please, baby, please, baby, 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 please. Where you going? Let's go.
The Canadian Space Agency was created through an act of Parliament proclaimed on December 14, 1990.
We don't take many chances, so we're tactful. That's just how it is on the streets of Lower Sackville. Home of the original white trash hairstyles. Now I collect old records and air miles. Young lasses wearing sunglasses offer me hors d'oeuvres. My mind works the same way the sword curves, so I wear this key on a string for a necklace and think of my everyday life as a checklist, like petrified unicorns circling carousels. Uniform thoughts and responses run parallel. My eyeballs filter ordinary faces and replaces them with question marks. I get a kick out of snatching your glasses and breaking your legs when I'm riding a bike made of bacon and eggs. All I know how to do is take breaks and turn them into snake shapes. So many styles to choosing from. If you don't know the words, just take off your shoes and hum. So many styles to choosing from. If you don't know the words, just take off your shoes and hum. I ain't hearing R&B cause it's weak and every slow jam comes with programmed drums. What's up with that? It just don't move me strong. So shush unless you think you can prove me wrong. I'd rather go to the ballet, give the keys to the valet. rendezvous for the weekend at the chalet. The wait was worth it, carried the distance. It all becomes a part of my varied existence, like wandering lost souls, scavenging purgatory, going around in circles. You heard the story. My own built-in radar guides me, and no one else knows how it works besides me. You'll be kicking and screaming like a sickening demon when you're down on your knees and you're licking the semen. Makes me wanna throw up. Whack rappers show up. Makes me wonder when and if they ever gonna grow up. So many styles to choosing from. If you don't know the words, just take off your shoes and hum. So many styles to choosing from. If you don't know the words, just take off your shoes and hum.
Since the dawn of the space age, Canadians have been an essential part of meeting that challenge.
Opposable thumbs and mud wrestlers, the young and the restless, phantom limbs, champion sound, and tongue pretzels, shaggy parasol, shakedown, farewell to the flesh. 2012 parallel dementia, nematode, ambidextrous pheromone, stereo frequencies of the nemesis, knee-high necessity, rotate the socio-economic animal with the branded logo, anthropomorphic, non-conforming purgatory, on a solo mission, morning glories, overwhelming and omniscient, my motto is only built for undulation, a tree does it, so release a brief abundance of the zenith of Sputnik. I move beneath you when you don't exist. No exits to coalesce. My blowholes, remote control, Morse codes, and echolocate Trojan horse protozoas on a typographical map that's atypical. I fight like Neos and agents into digital keyholes. Detach all articles from the God whistle scenario. This Noah 23 and Solomon, son. A priestess less righteous than a dirty slut. Red star, yeast infection, well word up, hermit slice, it's the termite, torrential rainfall. My EP is a chakra concept to rival all. Neanderthal drinking, cryptosporidian, kudzu ferns grow the sound of the seraphim. Insert the cartridge, grasshopper, Gibraltar, rolling up an optical ailment into a fingernail chip. Oblique note, locust, cliffhanger PL, freeform beatnik, defective treadmill. Wind staff, personality disorder is not enough. I dispatch a cicada, raw stuff, run amok. Bending off the polar opposite gimmicks. I jot down the digits and cough because I'm sick and the suction cups still runneth over. Deluxe fluctuation, the pungent aroma. Lucky clover, chlorophyll. You know the drill. My footwear tunnels at both ends of the holy grail. Oscillating speech impediment. Demolition team. Administer a pistol whipping to the violent inventors. Splinter double meaning. Fucked up by the feeling of hitting the ground. Meanwhile, I'm touching the ceiling. Splinter double meaning. Fucked up by the feeling of hitting the ground. Meanwhile, I'm touching the ceiling. Splinter double meaning. Fucked up by the feeling of hitting the ground. Meanwhile, I'm touching the ceiling. Splinter double meaning. Fucked up by the feeling of hitting the ground. Meanwhile, I'm touching the ceiling.
Hit the road we go, operating human vehicles like a geo. Thoughts glimmer as we contemplate our inner mind. Never ridicule, spin a spool of ideas. No time to share, it's too minuscule. Mental tools we chase, but this ain't a race. Things are cool as we take in the fresh air. And I'm all for walking as we talk just for pleasure. Like minds that bear friendship, you can't measure. Treasure the minutes, cause life is full of disabilities. As we age, we face a new responsibilities. Carrying myself on many legs like a millipede. Illustrates the growth required to keep from killing or losing your mind. cause times change as we came up in this world. You gotta keep up with the pace. If you can't make up your mind, you're gonna break up. It takes discipline to fit in this whole scheme with iron grip to keep from slipping away in your dreams. That's why taking these seemingly pointless walks are actually more meaningful than a lot of tasks already mapped out in our lives. We work to survive, but it takes each other to thrive. Step by step, heel to toe, real slow, I reveal the flow. Rock over stones with poems as wind blow through open windows to heal soul. Where strings are pulled, more melodies up in those. Step by step, heel to toe, real slow, I reveal the flow. Rock over stones with poems as wind blow through open windows to heal soul. Where strings are pulled, more melodies up in those.
Walking clean cut, strolling immature since birth. Met you at a b-ball camp, 2 MCs new on this earth. What was it worth? When we sported street apparel, a British night hat and that Jersey Devil Darrell. The love was fresh, shocked when you entered Alberstone. I heard the rumors, the stories leaving permanence of my bone. Adoption with the art and the greatness of a breath. You prairie kid so thirsty, proud because of stress. Formed a group like some Jesuit missionary troops. We knew we not disciplined, leather stomping, sturdy boots. Replaced the boots, gung-ho with introductions to the freaks and twisted spirits. Joined as Mala on the low creek. Steaming thoughts, banging beats to take this whole damn world. Smoked up sound kids, Fraser Delta, so we formed a unit and conquered underground kilometers. From much music VJs to the cheapest stage monitors. How does this figure when we're walking criminals? A shorter span that will leave our lives fully minimal. So leave respect, back on mission with real job. Turn the table on the game now with $6 slots. Coping with housing and iguanas behind the wall. Survival now, some will live and maybe some will fall with bitter breakups. But classic foreshadow closure. Some will move abroad, we're still here as we get older. Our walks are shorter cause my family takes my time. The tiger claw politics fermented lethal rhymes. But soon we chill while deserving when we shine. We call you Glenn aka Gruff the Druid, friend of mine.
The path of my past, step by step, heel to toe, real slow, I reveal the flow. Rock over stones with poems as wind blow through open windows to heal soul. Where strings are pulled, more melodies up in those. Step by step, heel to toe, real slow, I reveal the flow. Rock over stones with poems as wind blow through open windows to heal soul. Where strings are pulled, more melodies up in those.
If you still celebrating this shit, get out of school. For their claim to discovery's troubling. If I go somewhere new that's already inhabited, can I claim it's a discovery too? Can I kick it? No, rename it and take it like an imperialist goon. Warp the record of time, distorting the tune. A beautifully sang decimation as plantation sugarcoats the words of a rhyme genocide in elementary school rooms. Pandora's box unlocked, echoing down history's hallway as they walk with divine arrogance in every step. Like God gave them the wind by ordinance in every sunset, here to inherit everything of worth. Masters of the earth, of words they uttered and preached like priests. I wanna spin back the record of time with rhyme and whirlwind velocity. Prevent the spread of this atrocity. Wealth and beauty's a lasting curse. A fever nursed by bleeding veins, a slit neck and an open purse. They left her violated and keep coming back for more. The wind sings with biotic wings as bodies collapse with smallpox sores and hordes of nightmares swarm their children's days before their birth. The lustful dreams of conquerors flower in the ashes of scorched earth. For centuries reigned for days with broken time. The sky was dropping clocks, each one a meticulous moment, shattering a history forever lost. Cost to tossed souls we'll never know. Strip my lives and times and throw away their ways. Slaves no graves, roadsides ridden with body frames. On earth was worth to nurse the drain of veins. Develop in backwards ways. Cultivate cash crops as bellies waste away. Changes the name for faster extraction. Different tyrant, general or master. Church and converted to corporate pasture. Motherfuckers still in the vacuum left by colonial disasters. New chapters. Foreign tentacles stretching, investing, digesting the set in the U.S. aggressively testing. Manifest history reform is a locust. Threatening a collection of props. They stop in a paralyzed vision of social change like it's toxic. They justify the slaughter of mothers and daughters, sons and fathers. They holler for squalor with constant rocking. The vivid image in my head that's stalking. Over this beat that's playing my Walkman. Try to get you thinking and talking. Let these tyrants know that we're watching. Observing investors making them talking. We're shopping
robbers and robs are fucking heartless. Followers smoke, no one can stop those people in charge. The generals on charge, movements need the light of day. The only ones we got, goods and trade. Connected enough to profit the game, not connected enough to stop the slaying. The chopping of force for the cannibal grace to give back to the people in the place of vacation. We're pillaging places, trade arrangements, democracy clauses, public relations. Prosperity for the dominators, we're democratic. They're doing us favors to build these for corporations, killing peasants, domestication, racing a race to the bottom line. I'm wondering how these lives survive. So many I carry a broken time, a pocket watch with imperial design. Spirits persevere and shine, I crush my nostalgia. Weight of expansion, one from a prison, the other one mansion. The rest of the heart is the millions of landless. Drain the land, the purpose of persons. Brown marble eyes perched at the sky, the stars in prison bars that fly. The American flag ripples in the wind like the tail of a rattlesnake poison their kids. Dripping red, white, and blue syringe. The personalized portraits, the torturers torched them. Your values, the obscenities, their lives were the fortunes. You think you're rugged? They unleash hungry mercenaries. On leash with vampires' teeth. The lapdogs unchained from the master's feet, who peacefully slept in brutal dreams. Conquering seas for kings and queens. Addicts and bleed, all they reach, all lands not blanketed by the seas. So and weave an empire made of tragic fabric and open veins. Places and faces claimed to were named in the name of a god they never prayed. Latin America was born this way with this name to be plagued, to be drained and enslaved for flags and trade. For over 500 years they braved Columbus Day.
I want to hear the screeches of the eagles and the falcons louder. I want to take a long bath and rub my tummy with talcum powder. Give me a quiet moment or two to myself. Give me a good night's sleep. Give me someone else to feel pain for me. A 12-ounce glass couldn't hold my attention. The simple and plain bore me. I need more than just this, that, and the other thing. I want my mother to bring me clean laundry. I'm a mystery to myself, a quandary. I find myself confused, cause I thought I understood booking shows would be easy when you're considered so good looking. I do what I do for two reasons even. One for the money, two for the show. Now come on everybody and do what comes natural. Rub two sticks together. Play I'll See You in My Dreams on acoustic guitar. Get used to the fact that there's an element of sleaze in every port city. Support the nitty-gritty and show no shame. Show no mercy and have no pity on those that would only bring you down. I have no loyalty to royalty and a Burger King crown.
So these gruesome breasts keep killing artists, and Amelia Earhart's raising tabby yetis right off St. Cobblestine Street in a no-ceiling daydream on Venus. You'll see, there'll be a study buzz and press release. Dad's parent cancer and higher life forms. Venus. I wonder if the planets care that we name them after gods. I wonder if the gods care to be named at all. You name it, we'll name it. Hence, I'm a rapper, and look at all the baggage you get with 6-box tops and wearing your hat backwards. My Adidas walk through museum doors, and my favorite thing is no one around. I'm here to move the moss, to hatch the eggs, to eat the sun. One day I'd love to live off light and light alone, content and drawn toward the big, warm room in the sky. Look into my cervix. You can see the stars and rip the mustache off your balding, pale-faced ventriloquist of choice. Lucidity and glory, the big hug, remain unrelinquished. Unless you give it all to something, one insoluble, give it all to something, becomes the fundamental and dignifies the complex. Is that God in the air, or are you happy to breathe me?
I am waltzing with Matilda these days. A child in storm weather days is darkened by light's lazy climb and reflects upon the day. It's still early, she mumbles and stumbles out of the bed. Most days begin in this same way. From an ugly duck in the fuck knows what kind of crow she's counting. In collages of cover models and stilettos. In barrages of false images and falsettos. The phone rings, added to the cacophony of acting phony and showing bony hands with rings scarred from wedding bands. The phone is discarded, thrown off the hook in the hallway. In this all-day ritual, everything must follow its course. Do not disturb. Don't try to curb the urban landscape of starstruck golden boys singing choir songs for their fan base. My dream date, my horoscope sees great opportunity for life and love that's so loveless. My body is modeled on the flawless. My prom dress, my diploma. Should I sleep with my data, drink myself into a coma? Am I equal? Will Scream have a sequel? Has Nev Campbell ever seen life as a gamble? Why are magazines that target me filled with preamble? I am woman, striving for surviving. She pours her sorrows in the opaque glass cups and then imbibing the mixture of pills of different tinctures, surrounded by pictures of lovers she'll never ever sleep with. It's time to break the mirror with diamonds, a girl's best friend. She swallows, she wallows, she stutters, she stumbles, she grumbles, her stomach rumbles, she collapses on the floor. The end. So I guess we're gonna get a conclusion. A conclusion? Yes. See, my bullets are loosed every time a big get expressed. The truth is fiction, and fiction has a motive for friction. There's nothing that makes me madder than when idiots speak shit and slowly scatter their fecal gumdrops. And it don't matter when some chum stops to have a listen about how you and I all got schooled on abolition. Damn, fuck you and your colorblind simple mind. You're just the typical kind who think rap, that's what them black guys do. Now fuck you, through and through. I place patterns on placemats, leaving napkin notes of poetry on coffee shop tables. I learned about the staples, so it's missing. There's no hissing from the fizz, just take a listen. There's no pop left in this flat back wash, and when I drop, I squash beef wrapped in lotus leaf. It was delicious. I like my steak medium rare, but make sure it's square cut and wrapped in bacon. My filet mignon delicious biscuits making me wish it was the hunting season. The reason for this being, my meat would be fresh. I must express that I'm sorry for all those who crave songs with meanings that show progressive views and strong liberal leanings. What I mean to say is what it means to me to be an MC. To me it means nothing, it's just stuffing for the turkey. My cards are all on the table, jerky. I told you I wasn't bluffing. Diabetic dialectic. Too sweet. I had some milk later.
1962, Canada became the third country in the world to launch a man-made satellite into orbit. It was called the Alouette.
Space cadet decked in McArmor Robotech. Solo flex on it like horn on layer. Intellect and telematics process, profess, digress. Didactic dichotomy or diarrhea. Doomed to die like die, it was destiny, I guess. Mainstay, painstaking procedures, plaintiffs complacent, complaints say such. But I remains untouchable, force field impenetrable. Bunch of Maximus and Furious and chemicals, both the bombing and combatant cause Vertigus. Ludicrous speed, Storm 1998, engage into new coordinate. Find me fake weight, that's impossible, illogical by Vulcan standards. Fucking more would form what I say ensign. Questions query Q, use positrons to process positivity. Neural net negates negativity, reconnect to holodeck, inspect the interstellar. Telepathic Trojan war on frozen tundra. Hard landscape, Cape clad emissary carries a tricorder. In order to decipher energy signature. Origin or emanates from deep within, fucking up your circuitry, mercilessly destroyed androids. Confused Freudian philosophers going gossip. Try to read my mind. Sorry, it's not my fault. I'm telepathic, sonic, echo shock, cyclic rocks the motherfucking planet, consumed in panic. Only critics survives, the fittest. Darwinistic, hypnotical genocide, the fittest. Darwinistic, hypnotical genocide, the fittest. Darwinistic, hypnotical genocide. Free speed of sound, leaders down, trying to but still leave. Nothing like net shields, force field, and sounds made of mirror blandness. Scandalous real television, totally hidden candid camera. Error ahead by a century, built a mystery. Novella unpublished, fucking Agatha Christie. Star system similar, zero gravity with clarity. Sound by Clarion arrives, constellation light shines instead. I find sight, high sight, foresight, twilight zone coasting. Get up in your ear, I'm hosting. Toasting Klingon intoxicants. Tomorrow I see with clairvoyance, my solenoids is at the picture. only critic survives. The fittest, Darwinistic, hypnotical genocide. The fittest, Darwinistic, hypnotical genocide. The fittest, Darwinistic, hypnotical genocide.
Canada contributed a really unique instrument to the Curiosity rover called the Alpha Particle X-ray Spectrometer.
Hi, and welcome to Hedonism Select. For service in English, please press 1.
Again, being told by the victor where advertising is the biggest influence on new slang. Invasions are encapsulated by puppets who sang a cute little tale of freedom and love lost, where sales are good enough for the world to be whitewashed and ransacked. Whoever wants the goddamn land back has never heard of progress or learned how to react at the speed of an M1 cruise missile firing. Murder by remote control, somehow inspiring a population whose buttons are constantly pushed by whoever owns TV. Maybe Anheuser-Busch is more than just a brewery, a plot to placate the youth in a far-reaching conspiracy. Regardless of the motive, it's been successful. Just reach for a cold one when life gets stressful. If the news is too much, then change the channel, cause you're a North American and no one's more powerful. As we become more arrogant by the hour and our ignorance increases, wonder what's around the corner. Every empire has to fall eventually. I won't give this one more than half a century. And at the time, then my words become meaningless. Until then, I live it up and keep speaking English.
For service in English, press 1. For service in English, press 1. For service in English, press 1. Pour le service
took part in a different kind of launch when he became the first Canadian to set foot in space on October 5th, 1984.
Well, I've got a question. Why is it that we despise the wisest one among us, who brung us from out the cave so we could contemplate the highest? Why is this that flocks of sheep need a leader? Chock full of rock tools for carving out rules. We're like a ship of fools, and we lack tools for the imagination. With every sensation felt, we feel flattery is imitation at its finest form. Why is good cheer something to find fear in? Why are we not hearing the call from the clearing? The walls are closing in, the trees are fleeing faster. Can't you feel disaster coming? It's mechanized, circuits humming. I'm running and running fast. Departed from those starting to latch on. From those catching on, I've long since parted. I'll try to be cunning and heavy-hearted. When the one that I've awaited comes traipsing along, I'll be waiting. Backpack on shoulder straps, world maps at my disposal, hesitating. Get going, start rowing with both oars in the sea by the shore, coming closer. Sacrifice every vice in the slaughter. Every shrine, doctrine, and altar must falter under pressure from the lesser ways that we resist. The human spirit takes great pride in its persistence to exist as if every futile breath in and bring our new course closer to death. And fleeting hopes depending on popes and teachers to show us the rope from the bleachers. Our begging bowls are outstretched in our wretchedness. I wanna find happiness that the eye can see. No happiness for me, explanations must be focused on the situations that are tangible to me, that I can touch, taste, and see. I am, I be, I think, therefore I let my third eye to wander while I ponder universality. What is the universe to me?
My meandering family has now found a heart. And I have often questioned my parents' every move and decision, not knowing that the choices were made with exacting precision. My homes and friends have been left at every turn for a religion, a way of life I refuse to learn. Disrespect and unfair prejudice it had to face a return, till Noah Haspray became Kungateri, refuge vow earned. I take refuge in the Buddha, Dharma, and Sangha. Organized religion now a part of my life, longer and permanent. Transmissions given without any idea of their pertinence. With ordinary magic I have felt the breeze of delight. Ordinary static's been avoided without any need for a fight. Nothing aggressive or full of ego, but to truly achieve this I got levels and years to go. Possibly eternity, for the path is the goal. So don't commodify or take parts out of a whole. Reincarnated souls is just one aspect. Conceptually speaking, I'm intellectually seeking a path towards refinement. Not to contrast to push my own assignment, just to understand the nature of the mind and attain enlightenment.
It's man's bizarre fascination on the past, present, and future that's Maya's fiction. Formal informalities combined with minor discrepancies and technicalities in the ripple of divine evolution. My spiritual pollution comprised of the lies, the truths, the yin and the yang, the Adidas logo in its other mystic format. Those who knew already know about the combat and the plight of the right and left wing. Balance, conflict, and insight at parallel points. My joints are under scrutiny from those that feel threatened, but I vow my spiritual quest would never be used as a weapon. Analytical evaluation in open environments serves as the blueprint for a thought as I quest enlightenment. In all spheres I observe the common themes between three major categories of modern worship routines. Within the practice emerges a spiritual shapeshifter, here to serve the purpose as the modern day snake uplifter. Arise gutter snipes and hood rats alike, come from within the dark and enter into the light, and attain what remains within the heart. From the start of your spiritual quest, start by looking at both the east and the west. As the beast in your chest will rest but not be slain, because within the brain lies the rationale of the technical, and herein lies my conflict. Mind versus the lifeline, the spine interconnected to the swine that you digest. I digress, right chest. Theme versus thought, spiritual evolution can't be taught.
I'm a night watchman who got the sights on the skyline. And Broadway hitting the sky train, my brain got tickled by the strain. I just puffed, untouched, now I'm westbound. Bomb up clutch tight, my pen strapped, I'm fresh bound. I'm off and ramble, I amble to the Cineplex. Got a handle on my bugs, pop a piece of window fresh. Interest consistent of the breweries that swarm the movies. It's what forms the moodiness of Mr. Mocha Movie. Ah, the man I'm looking for, that's my dog Prev. Together we got more pull than the dog sled team. We harness beats. Anyway, what's up? We're too down to peep. Right then I see my man Siege with the bag of his remix tapes. We slang a few before the film. Nothing better to do Tuesday nights aboard the film. With such frivolity, so after the movie, get some eats. Barrage Street, we meet the rest of the crew and sit and speak on beats. Who doing what? Let's build a calendar with agendas and let these people know these mind benders. 5 cups of Joe later, it couldn't get no later. It's been hours since the theater. Now it's time we lift off from Blac to the glade, maybe East 15. Click my light off and close up my shades, and it's like that. You know it's like that. Yo, it's like that. We find our way through the night. After dusk we bust out to play, and we do it this way. I'm a night watchman who got the sights on the skyline, and now it's on the island time. And what's on my mind tonight? Nothing more than adventures, so something game. Pocket got looties, and the downtown got the rubies. Subdued by the smoke, we load up in the Civic and probe the highway, bumping something nice for the load. This globe is mine, at least this little section of it. I love to live it, moonlight tight. My spoon might dip in the bowl that we call the city for the scuba bitty pudding. Mocha got 9mm cane, so the top, no one really knows a halfway, so let it walk by. I'm standing by that cafe with nothing but my damn dash of presence and knowledge of ass and how to bless it without giving the presents. Night never ends, all it really does is pause for the sun. Now this is cause for the one to make it happen till the world wakes. I'm wearing your jakes, buzz 5 rollers, whatever the name, I know what it takes to make something out of nothing but doing. So we still in the car cooling. We find our way through the night. After dusk we bust out to play, and we do it this way. I said we find our way through the night. After dusk we bust out to play, and we do it this way. I'm ended up at Tim Hortons, or coffee time. Ain't nothing caught except the buzz and lust. It don't matter much, cause every adventure done by enough inspiration to write a clencher. Let it rock, let it bump yourself to sleep, honey. You know I'm out there. Now what's it take to get me in your underwear, in your bedroom? I'll leave you with that thought of cock, and let it zoom out to resume my spot within the twilight. See, it's my life, my life, my life in the moonshine, and I'll soon shine. If I'm right tomorrow noontime, I'll be up to eat my shreddies and my banana. West Coast Canada, nightscape, one man of the whole land mass to extract ass outer. I love to rap about a night like such and how the evening enchants me like a motherfucker. Yeah, I had a good time, so I ain't gonna suffer. We find our way through the night. After dusk we bust out to play, and we do it this way. We find our way through the night. After dusk we bust out to play, and we do it this way. Check it out. We find our way through the night. After dusk we bust out to play, and we do it this way. We find our way through the night. After dusk we bust out to play, and we do it this way. 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 And we do it this way.
In addition to its astronauts, Canada's also made some significant technological contributions to space exploration, the most famous of which is the Shuttle Remote Manipulator System, or more commonly known as the Canadarm and Canadarm2.
Paradise where you find me at. In the hood, a whole lot of gas. Corner store with a Chinaman. I cut ties with that slave race. Y'all can't hang, let the man hate. Let the man hang. So hate you niggas like the KKK. Hey man, hey, nah nigga, let that AK spray gang. Bang your bit, they bang the whole gang bang. Let the flag hang, yeah. Let's melee then, get laid waves then. You get 2 shots out that best, I'm gon' let y'all bitch know. And I'm cold like it was still snow. And I'm cold like it was still snow. You get 2 shots out that best, I'm gon' let y'all bitch know. And I'm cold like it was still snow. And I'm cold like it was still snow.
Canada continues its strong commitment to space research and exploration, as Canadians remain captivated by the unknown wonders of the universe.